The biggest mistake women make with weight loss, and I've been coaching women for weight loss since 1996. The biggest mistake I see with women making with weight loss is they just think carbohydrates are bad, and women think they have to really starve themselves to lose weight. And whilst that may work for a little bit here and there, it's going to affect your thyroid, or it's going to affect your metabolism. So women and feminine men don't understand. They don't understand hormones. They focus on calories in, calories out. They get hoodwinked by the diet industry. So this video here, and all my videos on weight loss, are designed to help people free themselves from the prison of that calories in, calories out mindset. And I see it comments all the time on my stuff. I often delete these comments because I don't want any misleading information out there. When I see the comments about calories in, calories out, I delete them. I just make more content about it, exposing the myth. Yeah, I don't track my calories. Nobody in my videos over the years tracks the calories. Okay, if you want to gain weight or lose weight, just focus on fat and protein. If you want to gain weight, eat more fat and protein. If you want to lose weight, restrict your fat and protein as much as possible, and you'll lose weight without going crazy, without reduction in performances. Because when you focus on calories and think all calories are equal, the only thing that matters is calories in, calories out, got to create a calorie deficit, the law of thermodynamics, all this nonsense, then you'll lock yourself in. You'll get locked in to that yo-yo weight. All right, and you see it. You see all these influencers who talk about calorie deficit. It's all about calories in the day. They always yo-yo. All right, they always yo-yo. None of them stay as lean as me for decades. All right, if you watch my videos from 2008 till today, I'm always slim. All right, sometimes I'm hypervascular, and sometimes I just shredded lean. All right, but I'm always slim, and I've always got energy to do what I want to do in life. That's really important, gang. Especially if you're a female. I mean, if you're a feminine character, emotions and moods they control. And so if you're getting hangry because you don't have enough carbohydrate, either on purpose or you just forgot to eat enough, then that's going to make your moods even worse and make life even harder for you. And you're going to miss out on great opportunities. Or you're going to have something going that's really good and you just stuff it up because you got hangry and you said the things you wouldn't want to say, or you did things you shouldn't have done. Too late. So always get enough sugar. Sugar is your friend. Look at this fruit here, watermelons. Sugar is sugar. Sucrose, it doesn't matter if it's from a watermelon or from a Mars bar, Twinkie bar, Snickers bar. Sucrose is sucrose. The carbon bonds don't change. Molecular structure don't change. Now, the problem with eating sugar from a Snickers bar, a chocolate bar, is you get all the fat and the protein with that, and that's going to cause insulin resistance. Okay, look, this guy here, his diet is very fat dominant. Right? He was eating some pork. He was eating pork, fried pork. We got him in good service, but just highlighting that, so this is sugar drinks here. So you see the slimness. The sugar drink is zero fat, zero protein, so it's just going to cause more of a catabolic effect on the physique. That's why in Asia they have a very carbohydrate dominant diet, traditionally very slim. But in recent years, they're getting more into fat and more into animal products as a staple, and the waistlines are growing like they grow in Australia and America. Okay, so I've been repeating myself. I've got the same core message for, what are we here, 18, 17 years here on YouTube. Carbs are your friend. All right, fat and protein, that's going to cause the weight gain. Okay, so forget counting calories. Stop counting calories. The counting calories is probably literally one of the worst things you can do in your life, I reckon, for your life quality. If you want to reduce your life quality, start counting calories. You'll create this obsession. You'd be crazy, man. You'd just be going bad. And recycle your plastic bags. I reuse my bags as much as possible. Melons, great, love them. Really good melons. When you get good melons, man, life's good. Sugar melons. So I eat as much sugar every day as I want. I never track my calories in or calories out. You can't even do that accurately. Like, how are you going to track that? Like, how are you going to accurately measure how many calories in these lychees? Well, I'll just chuck it into my app. That's not accurate. Because some lychees are sour because they're not ripe enough, and some lychees are really sweet and they're full sugar, so the calories are going to vary all the time. So putting it into an app or letting AI take a photo of your food and so many calories you got is just silly. It doesn't work. Okay, it just sets you up to be in that prison. Look how lean I am. You can see every crease in my face, man. You can see the muscles when I walk just flex, and you can see every bit. There's hardly any fat on my body. Some people like that, some people don't. I'm just saying this is the long-term result of fat restriction and protein restriction. You don't get that protein bloat. Like most guys my age, you got a big pregnant belly, just a big protein gut. Okay. So, and even most young women today in their 20s are looking more like Joe Rogan, than Cindy Crawford. So you want to make sure that you are on the right track in life, okay? And then exercise. People out there, they're taking drugs to exercise, and they're not even enjoying the exercise. They're just taking a pill. They're taking some clenbuterol or some phentermine or some caffeine or whatever, and just going to exercise on that and do this fasted training nonsense and just trying to burn. They're not even enjoying it, man. And that sucks when you're on these drugs and you just not enough sugar in your body. It just sucks, man. It feels like dirt. It feels like dirt, man. You feel crap when you don't have enough sugar. I've gone out on bike rides, I've ran out of sugar, or gone for a run and ran out of sugar, and you feel like it just feels horrendous, man. It feels horrendous. People drinking like Pepsi Max, zero sugar drinks to try and keep going. And just, you feel crap. You're not even enjoying your life. Life's meant to be enjoyed, people, okay? But who cares about your weight if you're not enjoying your life? Who cares about that? Bro, I've got abs. Yeah, cool, bro, but you're depressed as heck because you're just so starved. Most guys out there with abs like mine are depressed as heck on social media because they got those abs from doing calories in, calories out, lower thermodynamics, and they're just depressed as heck. And their sexual functions inhibited, etc. It just sucks. But when you got enough sugar, man, when you eat enough sugars every day, it's easy to say no to the fat and protein, and then it's easy to drop the excess body blubber. Okay, look at this, getting a feast, man. Beautiful food, low fat, low protein. This is like a rice mushroom dish in a vegan restaurant back in the day. So just easy to eat lean and vegan, man. Like, what are we doing eating animals, really? I mean, would you eat your cat? Would you eat your dog? Like, there was a dog in the food court. One time I was in China. There's a dog in the food court. Imagine if I just got the meat cleaver and started chopping up the dog. Some people would be like, "Oh, that's cool." Some people, "What are you doing, mate? Call the police." Like the same as Australia. What if you walk into McDonald's and just start chopping up a chicken or something? People go, "Oh no, dude, what are you doing, mate? There's blood everywhere, feathers everywhere." That's what I mean. We're not designed to eat meat. If we're designed to eat meat, you could walk into a food court with a live chicken and just start biting into it like a wolf would, and people wouldn't blink an eyelid. If you walk into a food court with an orange tree, a little micro orange tree on a wheelbarrow, and you start plucking the oranges off the tree and start juicing them up or eating them, people are like, "That's pretty cool." People will take photos, man. They'll be like, "Oh, look, Ferry, what's up, man? That's rad, bro." So yeah, no one cries because their pet celery or pet orange tree died, do they? But when their cat dies or the dog dies, it's full on, man. For some people, it's really traumatic. Okay. Who cries when your lawn dies or something like that? Plants have feelings too. We'll park your car on your dog or your lawn, see what your reaction is. There you go. So that's the deal anyway. So this is like more than just weight loss. This video, like, what are we doing to the planet, man? I mean, what are we doing to the planet? Like, we're cutting down the forests. We're getting fatter and sicker, eating all these animal stuffs and these oils and stuff, the excess fat. It's crazy, man. And it's just, there's so much misinformation out there. And I have fat people arguing with me. I have people who aren't ripped trying to tell me I'm wrong. It's like, bro, get ripped for a week before I listen to you. Blubber gut detected, opinion rejected. Like, you might be sincerely wrong. You don't know, man. You can't say I'm wrong. Get my results, hold my results, and then tell me I'm wrong. Like guys like Greg Douchet and that, they don't have a clue, man. They know how to use steroids for sure. They got steroid advice, but they don't know how to stay lean. They're not lean. When they do get lean, they don't keep that leanness, and they starve down. And they feel like crap, and they're moody, and their relationships suffer. Who wants that? Not me, man. Who wants to be with a guy or a girl whose just moods just suck? No way, man. No way. My inner peace is just far too valuable, right, to hang around myself or anyone who's in a hangry mood consistently. It's not worth it, man. It ain't worth it. I like to feast, bro. Look at this oil-free vegan dal, man. that ginger beer was actually pretty crap. Wasn't enough sugar, you know. But yeah, just oil-free food, man. Vegan stuff for the win. Just keeps you lean without having to starve yourself. Imagine go to the restaurant and go, wait a second, I've got to count the calories in this. How many calories in this? I don't know. I don't care. All I care about is there too much fat in there? Is it going to give me greasy hair, greasy skin? That's what I care about. I don't eat grease very much at all. You know? And the older I get, the more I don't want to feel that greasy feeling. Okay. Occasionally I eat a fatty meal, but if it's too greasy, man, I ain't eating it. I'll just send it back. But what I do is I specify to the chef, to the waitress, waiter person, I want the lowest fat meal possible. Look at this low fat stuff here. Yeah? Asian sugar culture. Asian sugar culture. So I always do my best to get the lowest fat meal. Like if I'm at an airport, I'll just get rice, sugar, and soy sauce. No oil, no worries. And I'll be carved up on the plane. And if I need it in an emergency, I'm ready to roll. I'm carved up. I'm not flaking out. Every time I fly, the airline says, "Do you want to sit in the emergency seat so I can help people?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that." You know, that's crazy. People look at me and they say they at the check-in, they're like, "Would you mind being in the emergency seat because you look fit and strong and vibrant, healthy, energetic? You might be able to help in the emergency." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do that." I hope there ain't no emergency, but that's what I mean. That's how people see me. That's how airlines are trained. They're trained when they see people like me to put them in that emergency exit seat. All right, this happens every single time I go to check in. All right, every single time I'm pretty much sitting in that emergency seat unless I've already got someone else before me. So if I check in early, I find that 100% of the time I'm putting that emergency seat. So there you go. That says something, doesn't it? Where do you get your protein from? Bro, the airlines put me in the emergency seat. They don't ask me about my protein. They just say, you look fit. You look capable. Get it done. So that's the deal, gang. Look at this beautiful food, mate. Vegan food, tasty, nutritious, cheap, man. Cheap. Vegan food's always cheap. It keeps you lean. Look at that vascularity. Don't have to worry about starving yourself. Who cares? Life's too short to starve, gang. Feast on carbohydrates. Thanks for watching.